If you're a USPS employee, you've probably heard the term VERA more times than you can count. And every time USPS announces downsizing, restructuring, or automation changes, the same question comes up. Is an early retirement offer coming? And should I take it? Today, we're breaking down exactly how USPS early out retirement works, who qualifies, how your pension is calculated, and the biggest pros and cons to consider before walking out the door. If you've ever thought about taking a VERA, this is your complete guide. Let's start with what VERA actually is. VERA stands for Voluntary Early Retirement Authority. It allows USPS to offer early retirement to employees during major restructuring or workforce reductions. With VERA, you can retire at any age with 25 years of service or at age 50 with 20 years. There is no minimum retirement age requirement, and in most cases, no reduction to your pension, which is exactly why VERA is so attractive. But here's something many postal employees don't realize. Just because VERA lets you retire earlier doesn't mean your pension will be the same as someone who retired at their regular MRA. Your pension is still based on your service years, your high 3 average salary, and the standard 1% FERS multiplier. There is no 1.1% multiplier under a VERA because that requires age 62 with 20 years of service. So your service time is everything. Most VERA retirees will also qualify for the FERS Special Retirement Supplement once they reach their minimum retirement age, not immediately. If you take VERA at 49 or 50, you may have several years where your income includes just your pension and your TSP. That gap is the part many employees underestimate, and it's often the deciding factor in whether someone should take an early out. If you're considering VERA, this transition period is one of the most important things to understand. This is also a great time to review your entire retirement picture, especially if you're trying to decide whether to take the early out or wait a few more years. You can schedule a federal retirement and benefits review at federalpensionadvisor.com, and we'll walk through your pension numbers, your supplement timeline, and how your TSP supports your income during those early years. Let's talk about your high 3. Under VERA, USPS calculates your pension using the highest paid 36 consecutive months of basic pay in your career. Overtime does not count, and that's one of the biggest surprises for postal employees. If you are in a high overtime role, especially mail processing or delivery, your take-home pay may be much higher than your high 3 salary. Under VERA, your pension is based strictly on basic pay, not the overtime you're used to earning. Sick leave also plays a big role. Even if you're retiring under a VERA, unused sick leave is converted into additional service credit. That added time increases your pension and can make a VERA offer far more attractive. Some USPS employees walk away with 6 to 12 months of additional credit simply because of long-term sick leave accumulation. Now let's talk about health insurance, one of the biggest concerns with any early retirement. If you've been enrolled in FEHB for the 5 years before your retirement, or your entire career if shorter, you can keep FEHB into retirement under a VERA. You do not lose your health insurance simply because you retire early. You also move from the postal rate to the non-postal retiree rate, which means you pay the same premiums as other federal retirees. This is important to plan for because the premium change surprises many VERA retirees. Another important area is the effect on your TSP. Taking a VERA often means leaving the workforce earlier than expected, which reduces the number of years of contributions you can make. It may also affect whether you hit the annual TSP contribution limit, and it changes how long your TSP will need to support you before Social Security or the Special Retirement Supplement begins. This is why understanding your withdrawal strategy is essential. Now for the big question. Should you take a VERA? Here are the real considerations. If your income needs are low or your TSP is strong, a VERA may give you years of freedom and reduce work stress during USPS changes. But if you are still building your TSP, if your pension is significantly smaller than your working income, or if you're more than a few years away from your MRA, taking the early out may create an unexpected income gap. VERA isn't automatically good or bad. It depends on your numbers, your timeline, your health, and your long-term plans. Here's the bottom line. VERA gives USPS employees an option most federal workers never get: the chance to retire years earlier with no age penalty. But your pension, your TSP, your FEHB premiums, and your supplement timeline all have to work together. A VERA offer is exciting, but it requires careful planning. If you want help reviewing your USPS pension, calculating your VERA pension amount, or understanding your early retirement income options, visit federalpensionadvisor.com to schedule a federal benefits review. The right decision today can shape your next 30 years.